Persona 4 Arena Ultimax!
So seriously, are we gonna have a party or not? No, we didn't have a party. Darn. We just went our separate ways. A few days after the case ends, I was feeling kind of like an empty husk. I mean, it had been a while since I'd been through anything like that, and after all, it wasn't just because I felt nostalgic, but, well, I remembered a lot of different things, like, I didn't understand a lot of stuff back then.
Like that.
My pitching doesn't suck, your catching sucks. Don't think you're all cool just because you got a good hit the other day.
I thought this sounds like a chick, but I can't tell. I thought for sure they were gonna say, don't act all cool just because you got a band-aid on your nose like that. Swirly glasses. As I'm watching the kids practice, I'm not particularly paying much attention. When I think things are getting peaceful, a squabble starts up. Well, it's a coach's job to settle things like this.
What's going on here? Stay out of this, Junpei. Coach Junpei, right? So, what's up?
He blames me because he can't catch.
It's because you got no control. Everybody knows it.
The other kids all stop practicing and gather around the argument. These kids have way too much energy and get into fights frequently, so I need to mediate the conflict with a mature, dignified way in order to be a good example. Children pick up on that kind of stuff, you know.
The most important thing in baseball is teamwork. No matter how good you might be alone, you'll never win a game by yourself. You can't play baseball if you're the only one on the field, right?
Of course not.
Right, well that's just common sense. But if you keep putting the blame on other people, you're gonna end up all alone eventually.
Junpei-san, you reveal the secrets of life to me. I understand now how to play the ancient sport of baseball.
You think the pitcher has no control? Then you gotta try to work hard to catch anything, no matter what he throws your way. And if you think the catcher blows meaty chunks, try throwing balls that even the worst catcher can grab. If you both practice together like that, then everyone gets better and the entire team gets stronger. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that was awesome. Go me! I'm the best motivational speaker. I wonder if these guys will ever look back on these days and think that they never understood what was going on. I bet they will. Just like me. I gave them a good talking to, and this was a great place to end up for today, so I called today's practice over. As everyone says goodbye and goes their separate ways, one of the kids doesn't leave. Is that Goru? He looks a lot more humble than usual. He's not overlooking slight chances. It's not overlooking slight chances in your players like this that makes you a great coach.
Hey! Aren't you going home?
Junpei, do you have a girlfriend?
What? Why is he asking me that all of a sudden? Sheesh, kids these days.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hey, what's with the attitude? That's really rude, you know.
Well, I'm just waiting for her to regain her memories, and, you know, hopefully she's not gonna hate me for participating in, you know, sort of kind of killing her, but not really. It was a complicated relationship, okay? I mean, we were kind of into each other before that, and then, you know, she got the big arrow thing pulled out of her head. She had a huge, you know, really, really bad crash after she stopped using all these Persona drugs and stuff, but, I mean, she's kind of recovering now. I'm sure, you know, I'm working on that inroad there. I could be dating her soon. Stop judging me!
There's a girl I like, but she's gonna move away. I didn't know, and we got in a fight.
Fight?
I thought we'd make up like we always do. Even when we get in fights, things always go back to normal in a few days. But when I heard she was transferring to another school, I got worried about what would happen if I couldn't make up with her.
Well, the answer here is obvious. You have to nut up and apologize to her. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. That'll fix everything.
That's so lame. I can't do that.
That's so lame. I can't do what everyone ever has to do when dealing with women.
Lame, not lame. Is that your problem here? This isn't the time to care about looking cool. Not when it involves something you care about. If you and her end up going separate ways without telling her how you really feel, you're gonna regret it for a long, long time.
But what if we get in another fight?
Goru drops his eyes again. Well, That's this kid's bad habit. He acts all tough, but when things matter the most, his timid side comes out. Aren't you the team's cleanup hitter? You've got to strengthen up your resolve. I guess I better do the coach thing and encourage him. But the way Goru's hanging his head makes me a little uncomfortable deep down. Why? Because my own words are coming back to haunt me. Regretting not telling someone your feelings before you have to part, huh? Yeah. That grand slam I whacked in my dream. I can still feel it in my hands. And I got up on that platform for the MVP interview, but that time it ended before I could say it. But this time, when I still haven't answered his question, Goru appears into my face. Oh well, I guess I need to strengthen my own resolve. I look at the empty outfield and picture myself in that dream.
If you get a hit, you'll be a hero. Are you gonna try for a grand slam?
Goru seems dazed for a second at my sudden enthusiasm. But his clouded face quickly breaks out of that into a bright smile, and he's his old tough self again.
Grand slam. Alright, I'll go do it.
Goru's gonna go for a grand slam with his girlfriend, huh? I don't know if I should call him optimistic or if he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but at least it looks like I got through to him. In which case, I think it's time for the ace slugger swings for the fences too.
All right.
So I guess are we working on the assumption that, because I guess she only lives in FES, so which is canon. Because the problem with Persona is that every conceivable universe is canon. But specifically here, are we saying that she died, or that she made the recovery later on, and and through the flowers and enchantment and friendship and plot convenience? Whatever. Let's see. Maybe they're gonna tell me in a second. After high-fiving Goru, I grab my stuff and run for the station. This time I won't oversleep. I mean, I must assume from the way that he's talking there that he's saying he's gonna go propose to Chidori. I guess? But he said he doesn't have a girl. I guess, is he just gonna skip the dating process? Whatever, we'll see. You came all the way back here? The view from the pier matches an old memory of mine. The color of the sky, the ocean, the sounds of the waves. This is the first time in years I have come back to this place.
Whoa, this
oh no,
brings
that's okay.
back
It's these guys.
memories. How long has it been since we were here? We were second years in high school, wasn't it?
Is it gonna be her and Mitsuru?
It would be 3
No,
years
no, it's gonna be
ago.
all of them. Okay, I guess.
It was the summer of
a bunch of them, at least.
2009.
Only 3 years, huh? It feels more like 10.
A lot has happened since then.
I see. Now that I think about it, you haven't returned to Yakushima since then either.
Because this is from Aigis' perspective. Gotcha. We leave the beach and follow a woodland path. The forest is filled with lush greenery and the air is cool and clean. We're headed to the remains of the ergonomics research lab. I was wondering if we get to see some of these guys in casual stuff, and I guess we do. We want to go to Yakushima.
Yes, if possible, that is.
I don't believe there's anything left there aside from warehouses, though.
Yes, I understand that.
I guess I have no intention of preventing you from going there. But may I ask why?
I have wanted to go back for a while now. That was when my sister's case began, so I thought that now would be a good opportunity. I wanted to see for myself what led to my birth.
I think it's a good idea.
Yukari-san.
Isn't it normal to want to know about things like that? We're talking about your roots here.
I see.
Actually, I was just thinking about taking a vacation too. That battle from the other day was a lot more grueling than I imagined it would be.
As Yukari-san says, it was a truly fierce blah 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 blah. Severely damaged, maintenance, good deal, longer than usual. Spent a long time in my repair bay. That's why I'd been longing to feel the light of the sun. I was unsure if Yukari-san knows that I feel this way, but she smiles.
I guess, why don't we go together? And it'd be nice if we could stay at your summer house, like we went to before, Mitsuru-senpai.
When Mitsuri-san smiles knowingly, she readily agreed to our request.
The last time we lived together was back when we were roommates during our 3rd year of high school.
You're right.
Right, I forgot about that. I'm so stupid. That was how the answer ended. I completely forgot.
That brings back memories. I told you to stop being so overly polite because it made you stick out in class. And yet, you never did.
Oh, look, that's, you can see, like, I guess some of that's just wear and tear, but there's, I guess some of that damage is probably from when Labrys blew it all up. After traveling through the forest, we reach a desolate area, debris scattered about. Could this have been the outer wall that surrounded the research base? The entire thing has collapsed, and it's been overtaken by wild plant growth.
So this is the place.
I correlate what I see with the data about the site, and I confirm that this place is where the combat testing ground had been. We pass through where the gates had been and proceed further inside. Is this... If this is Miu, or should I say Snowy? Yep, old white dog runs up to us and barks. I feel as if this dog isn't barking at us to warn us or frighten us away, but more welcoming us, greeting us. I refuse to believe that dog's still alive. This game takes place in, like, what, 2012? And that flashback was, like, in 97? This is ridiculous. It's called shenanigans. I try to match the dog to the data I have regarding Yakushima, cross-referencing appearance, attempting to match vocal
Snowy?
recording. Yep.
Do you know this dog?
No, not as such.
I quickly find the record of this dog. There's no doubt that this is the dog, Snowy, the same animal that my sister made friends with. He's still okay after all these
He
years.
appears to be the dog my sister became attached to in the past. It seems he can tell that I'm like her.
Yeah, his eyeballs looks at her and is like, seems similar. I wonder what visual cues were giving it away. Snowy wags his tail and comes over to us to happily nuzzle me. He appears to be welcoming me, though we'd never actually met before. Can't communicate clearly with him the way I can with Koromaru-san. Still, his actions are easy enough to understand. I crouch down and gently pet him.
It would appear that this place, and what happened here, are part of my own roots after all.
What do you mean?
In the past, I thought that my ability to communicate with animals was just something that I could do. It didn't seem like the people at the lab had deciphered dog language, and even then, I doubted that such an ability was necessary for a weapon. I had thought it mysterious that I was capable of doing so, but it seems that my sister can do the same thing.
Huh. So are you saying that you inherited that function from Labrys?
It's not really a function, per se.
I stop petting Snowy and stand up before taking a sweeping look around the area. Piles of debris, both large and small, are scattered about. The early summer sun shines down upon us.
It's probably something that was slowly nurtured among the 5th generation units that were housed here.
Yeah, because the what's-her-face, she didn't have a name. Just the other unit that Labrys was chummy with, that Labrys killed, because that was kind of what they did, was talking to Snowy first.
Behavioral traits, like having interest in things besides missions, get passed on. And then, interest in animals, and then the ability to communicate.
We just kind of evolved that, just naturally. We just kind of learned, oh, that's what the dog means when he's talking. I see. I can talk to dogs now. It's cool.
See.
After a long line of inherited system feedback, my sister gained that ability, and I, in turn, gained it from her. The reason I have a special rapport with dogs out of all animals is most likely because of that process.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
Some heavy retconning going on here, but I don't mind it at all.
If it goes that far, then you're right. It's not just some function that you were intended to have.
I mean, it's not a retcon because I don't think they ever clearly stated this is why I have this ability. It just kind of you know, that a thing that was there. And I mean, I doubt that they planned this far ahead when they were writing Persona 3. Yes, and after Persona 4, we'll make 2 fighting games, and we'll create a new robot character. She'll talk to a dog. Then after she talks to the dog, I guess we'll be able to talk to the dog.
It's more like a wish.
Yes.
I crouch down once more and pet Snowy again for a while. After that, I begin clearing away the mossy rubble that has been left unattended to for so long. Happily runs around the area.
Still, for the ones before Labrys who had hearts or wishes, it might be a bit sad that this place is left like this.
Just as Yukari-san says, the carelessly scattered rubble under this clear, beautiful sky only emphasizes the loneliness of this place. Snowy barks once and runs through a small hole in a passage blocked by debris, then barks again as if motioning for us to follow him. We see a shimmering yellow-green light shining through the hole he has passed through.
Huh? What's that?
If this goes where I think it's going... If they are about to find the Plume of Dusk for the other robot that got killed. And I'm just like, I mean, number one, great, but number two, really, like, you're that dedicated to have a happy ending? Whatever, let's see. What's here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, that's even better. Never mind. That's awesome. That's great.
Wow, it's super pretty here. What is this place?
There's a tall, cylindrical structure. I hope that's how you pronounce that. It looks like a greenhouse that reaches high above us. It seems this area was once indoors, but the ceilings have long since collapsed, and the structure stands directly under the blue sky. Clear cylinder has literally acted as a greenhouse, allowing the area inside to grow lush green grass, trees, and vibrant flowers. Even birds and butterflies flit about inside. This place is something like a paradise out of a children's book. But these things are the remains of the anti-shock chamber where Labrys and the other units of her model had undergone battle tests.
There are many plants here that only grow far to the south of this latitude. This building's windows seem to have coincidentally formed a greenhouse.
I thought you just said the ceiling collapsed. So you're saying that the rest, like, the ceiling collapsed, but then there's a glass layer beneath the ceiling that didn't collapse. Whatever. I'm ruining a beautiful moment. I apologize. I will stop immediately. I wish I'd gone to the hit square before they showed up, so they could have gotten the full shot. But whatever. If their portraits go away, I'll hit square and get the full shot. I take a close look around, notice a large sword stuck into the ground near the center of the room. The unit that used this weapon is thought to have been destroyed, but the sword remains here. But the sword remains here unchanged.
The number 024 is stamped into this. It may have belonged to a unit that fought here.
I forget the number of the unit that she was chumming with.
Oh, I see. It's kind of hard to believe that this place was once such a nightmare.
Once such a nightmare, as far back as my memories go, it's not wrong to say this place was just as Yukari-san describes it. And the way this room is now, it may be a fitting tribute to my sisters who fell here within this very chamber. The large blade here is more than half covered with a soft green moss, and small birds are using it as a perch.
Hey, I guess let's ask Mitsuru-senpai to keep this place like it is.
Yukari-san.
And why don't we bring everyone else here from time to time? Let's bring Labrys next time, too.
I'm not sure, because even if she was like, oh, the flowers are so pretty, I get the feeling she would, like, suffer a mental breakdown if you brought her back in here. I nod. My power is your power. That is why I'll never forget you at all. Not forget you all. As the last of the anti-shadow suppression weapons, I will fulfill my duty to protect my companions and my sister, protect humanity, and create a future with your memories within me.
I'm glad I came here.
I feel happiness in the depths of my heart and take a step forward. I raise my voice as loud as I can, so it echoes throughout this entire chamber.
Everyone, thank you.
The chirping of the birds and the sound of the waves echoes on forever. That was sweet. They didn't blow it. They didn't blow it at all. They did a good job. They did a good job. But it makes me... Does this mean that Labrys is really gonna be she finds the girl? Because if it is that, that's crazy. Hey! That's crazy talk. A few days after the case was resolved, I stand before a gravesite. The marker is still new and clean.
We finally met. I'm sorry it took me so long to come.
Ah! See, I told you! I told you she wouldn't be around. Oh, man. New and clean, which means she missed her by like a year or two, probably. Darn. Oh. I guess they're, like, because you'd think they put Labrys at the end. But I guess they said, well, the last one was really happy and upbeat. Let's just be as depressing as we possibly can be. Alright, let's go. I'm ready. I'm not ready. Some of my memories are from another machine like me, unit. Yeah, it was her. Crud. It was 024. Darn. She and I were in the same production generation. Some of those memories are of a girl. Mitsuru-san and her people aided me in finding that girl and finding out who she is. First word in the records. After her name. Deceased. Mitsuru-san was apologetic when she told me about this, but I wasn't surprised. The girl in my memory had been in a hospital room. That's why, in my heart, I was kind of expecting things to turn out this way.
You know, There's a bunch of stuff I wanted to say, and I don't know where to start now. But thanks so much for giving me life.
You could go meet her parents, technically speaking, because you probably have her personality to some degree, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's not a big deal. I'm just thinking of ideas. No words come back to me from the gravestone. I didn't make it in time.
I have a younger sister, and I've got companions and friends too. Because you wished for it, I have a happy life now. But there's nothing I can do to repay you. Mommy, there's someone here.
As I was standing still, a boy approaches me and looks up to me with curiosity. A woman, apparently his mother, follows him and bows to me. She's holding a bouquet of flowers. It seems this family has come to visit this girl's grave, so they are going to meet the mom.
Oh,
alright.
I'm sorry. Are you, this girl's family?
Oh no, it's just my boy has the same illness as the girl who's here.
I was about to say if they are the same family, then they need to have the accent, but it doesn't matter. It's not them, so it doesn't matter. Now look at the boy. He does seem thin, but he otherwise doesn't appear to be in poor health.
The girl here agreed to submit to a great many examinations when she was young. Because of that, the doctors learned a great deal about her disease. And it's thanks to her sacrifice that my little boy is still alive today. He can even go to school.
She tells me more about her son, and then she explains that they came to visit the girl's grave to thank her. After they lay a bouquet on the grave, the boy and his mother stand silently for a moment. When they leave, I'm alone in the front of the grave once more. She dreamed of being useful to the world, and that wish has come true. I know she would have wanted to see the results of how she helped people. But in the end, she never could. And I've
found something I can do. Hey, can I call you Mom?
I will carry on your dream, my mother. Protect the world where all the lives you saved reside. Just as you wish for my happiness, I will wish for the happiness of all humans. And I will do what I can to protect them. I'll do it in the best way I can, as a shadow operative. It really surprises me she didn't go last. It made sense in 4 to have Rise go last, because she was the only one who really developed as a character during that. Like, the rest of, really, everybody else got character development during the first arena, and then in that one, everybody was kind of static in this one, but...
Miss Yamagishi, this is a spectacular feat. We've never had a second-year student receive the award for best paper at this school.
But I was just thinking you'd think that Labrys would go last, because not only did she get the most character development, she's the main character in this game. Seriously, I don't care if you is the one on the front with the belt and torn shirt going all, I am the protagonist. Labrys is the main character.
Thank you.
I'd received an urgent summons from my lab at college and found my professor there openly praising
You're
me.
already getting recruitment calls from labs and corporations, but I'd recommend that you devote yourself to studying abroad.
This is an absurdly British Japanese dude right now.
Abroad, you say?
Yes, like from my home country of the UK. Yes, so many wonderful universities you can attend there, like Riyadh, and you can go and do the fish and chips.
I just happen to be friends with a professor who's searching for an assistant. If you wish, I can write you a letter of recommendation at once.
I hesitate for a bit on how to respond to my professor's cheerful words. Ever since I entered the engineering department, things have become awkward with my parents. Though they still look pained when the subject of my not entering medical school comes up, perhaps they'll be more impressed with me if I tell them that I'm gonna go study abroad at a famous college overseas. But even if I were to leave Japan, if something were to happen to Mitsuru-san and the others, I'd show no hesitation in coming back here. Even if it wasn't for a case involving shadows. For example, if I was told they didn't have anyone they trusted for performing Aigis and Labrys' maintenance, I'd still feel the same. I have no intention of actually joining the shadow operatives, but I want to help them out as much as I can until the organization's foundation becomes more secure. I'm not afraid of moving away from them, but considering what Mitsuru-san is trying to accomplish, there are a lot of things that I can't help with if I'm too far away, and...
How about it, Miss Yamagishi?
I'm sorry, but I'll have to decline for now. If the time comes when I feel a need to study abroad, I'd like to ask for your assistance then.
Yes, that's what I thought. Then I'll contact them at once and... wait, you decline?
Dude, the guy just fainted. Can't believe it. He's shocked, blew his socks right off.
Classes are about to start. Please excuse me. Thank you for telling me about this.
Miss Yamagishi, wait! Hey!
I'm not staying here because I'm needed. I'm staying because I choose to do so. That's more important than taking a course that someone else has prepared for me.
I can study wherever I want, after all.
I join the flow of students moving from class to class and hurry to my next class. But my British charm has never failed me when trying to get a student to study abroad. What has happened to me? The early summer weather of Gekugan High School yard is refreshing after school. We're absorbed in chasing the ball like always. Play a little bit of sports ball like at the beginning of the game, right?
Not gonna happen.
Oh, I didn't think that'd actually be a portrait of him in his sports outfit. That's cool. His sports ball uniform, mate. One of the players I'm guarding against goes flying and the game stops. Crap, did I get a little too rough? I rush over and see how he's doing.
Sorry, are you okay?
I'm fine. It wasn't a foul. That was a great tackle, Ken. You've been on fire lately.
Lucky, he doesn't seem to be hurt. I relax, then grab his hand and pull him up with a smile.
Well, we do have a match coming up soon. Isn't our opponent supposed to be a strong team?
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's all put some more effort into this. Once more!
Keep our spirits up!
Yeah!
Soccer members, the sportsnauts as they are known by their scientific term. The sun is almost set and it's almost time to end our club activities. I look around the school ground at the students leaving for their own clubs. I can tell they're looking at someone standing in the corner of the schoolyard. What is she? No! Mitsuru, do you not have different outfits? Do you wear that everywhere you go? Oh man, I didn't think she'd come here wearing that battle outfit of hers. I guess I should have given more thought about that, where I suggested we meet up. I regret choosing the place a little, but she'd stand out anywhere. I guess it can't be helped. I was the one who called Mitsuru-san here. It's the first time we've seen her in person since that case ended. I'm well aware of how busy Mitsuru-san is, but I've implored her to come here today. I'm starting to feel a little unusually nervous, but I make up my mind and take a few deep breaths before approaching her.
Hey! Who's that beautiful lady? Don't tell me she's Ken-kun's girlfriend!
Why'd you steal Ken-kun, Mitsuru-senpai?
What? No way. I'm so shocked. Doesn't she seem a little serious, though?
Dude, Ken going for the older ladies here. All the middle school girls are very impressed right now. He's like, he instantly just, like, and now they want him even more. He's more desirable because he's in with the sophisticated older crowd.
Mitsuru-san, thank you for coming all this way when you're so busy.
Don't worry about it. I am currently on a mission though, so I don't have a lot of time. I would like to speak with you for longer someday.
Okay, listen, you can make it up to me. Kiss me. Kiss me right now. Doesn't have to be, you can forehead, cheek, I don't care. Kiss me anywhere. Just do it. Trust me, you're helping me a lot.
Oh, it's alright. This won't take long. I called you here so I could give you this today.
This?
Ooh. Okay, well. I hand her a small silver badge. It's the official identification given to the members of the Shadow Operatives. When she sees it, Mitsuru-san briefly looks surprised. She looks from the badge to my face, then swallows whatever she was about to say.
I'd like you to take it back for now. I don't need it. I promise I'll come get it again one day.
Very well. I will keep this for you.
That's right. I don't need it now. Mitsuru-san... I don't need it right now. Mitsuru-san accepts it without another word, but I bet she respects my decision. Mitsuru-san's always thinking about us. I'm sure that my actions speak louder than anything I could have said to her, so she understands perfectly. This is how it should be. Thank you, Mitsuru.
Hey, Ken! Let's get going!
A voice suddenly calls out to me from the school gate and breaks the silence between us. I look in that direction and see the rest of the soccer club who have finished changing and are waiting there for me. It should be obvious that I'm in the middle of a serious conversation, but it doesn't stop them. Well, I guess it can't be helped that they all want me to hurry up. We just finished practice and we're all hungry kids. It's only natural that their stomachs are growling. I mean, mine is too.
Okay, race it a wild duck! Last one there pays! Well, I have to go. I hope you stay well until I see you again, Mitsuru-san.
In any case, since the burdens on my shoulders have been lifted, I quickly bow to Mitsuru-san before rushing off with my soccer club friends. We still have after-practice Wild Dash to do. It's a famous tradition for the Gekugan Junior High Soccer Club. Then again, we started this tradition on our own. We consider it our one last part of practice, so I can't allow myself to lose here either.
Huh, he left. But wow, don't you think Ken-kun's changed a bit lately?
Really? Like how?
For reals. He used to be all, I don't know, cold. But lately, he's been in high spirits. It's like he learned how to be normal, right?
You're right. He does seem to act more naturally than before. I like it.
I like it. Ooh, Ken-senpai! 3 years ago, we formed a bond through our long and severe battles. That bond is still very important to me, but if I let myself get too caught up in that bond, I'd end up missing up on other things in my life. I think I was able to change because I realized that. I sense that my bond with the others has remained unchanged, but more than that, I sense that I've grown in myself as well, even if only a little. What's best for me right now is that I spend my days doing what I can without rushing through life. What happens to me now will surely affect my future. That's what I've come to realize. And acting that way will be my way of fulfilling the duty that was left to me. There's Koromaru. I was wondering if he was going to show up. Koromaru appears from the side street and magnificently rushes past us. Koromaru's been showing up like this from time to time, and racing us. I'm trying to ignore that face, because both of their faces are phenomenal. I'm trying to avoid laughing. Racing us to the burger place. I remembered thinking this during our recent battles, but even though Koromaru's quite old, he still doesn't seem that way. I bet he's determined not to let us kids beat him either. Well, if he's challenging me, I can't just let him win without a fight. I pick up the pace and chase after the white furry shape ahead of me. Wait, no, you were in your soccer outfit a second ago, and you said, "Let's go!" and then you sprinted off. So, man, Ken is like a quick change artist or something. I wish that had come up, and that should have been one of his skills. Quick change artist to, stun lock opponents. They're so amazed by his incredible skills. See, other than Labrys, that was, obviously the one that was most developed within this game, I would think, so... I guess, obviously we saw in the last one, it wasn't organized by development, obviously.